Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are doing something different today. We are going to do a pick a card reading. We're going to look at some tarot cards and we are going to ask God, Spirit, Universe what guidance they have for us at this period of time. What advice do we need from Universe? What guidance do we need from Universe? What does God, Spirit, Universe want us to know right now in the context of whatever we're navigating in our life at this point in time? And, you know, like how can we navigate it the best according to our higher selves, higher spirit, higher plan. We have some very chatty crows going on in the background as well. So messages are ready to come through, you guys. So anyways, if you're unfamiliar with a pick a card reading, what they are is I'm doing 3 separate readings and we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Look at the 3 cards, choose the one that you feel most drawn to, that feels like it resonates with you the most, and then look in the description box below and click the link for that reading, and that should be the reading that holds the messages from Spirit, God, Universe for your greatest evolution, for your greatest growth, your greatest expansion, and your greatest experience moving forward at this point in time. So that's what we're doing today, you guys. That's what we're looking at. We're going to look at some tarot cards, collective energy reading, but in a bit of a different way, a bit of a more individualized reading. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. This is a collective reading. Not every single thing is going to resonate specifically exactly with you, most likely, although it might, but you know, take what resonates, leave the rest. And if it doesn't resonate with you, if it doesn't feel like it's your story, then it's probably not your reading and you can just choose another reading or choose another pick a card or whatever altogether. So anyways, that's what we're doing. Take a moment to look at the cards, feel which one you feel like you resonate with the most, and then go ahead and click the link to your reading and I will see you there. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. All right, let's do this. If you chose pile 1, the card that you chose to sort of act as a foundation of your reading is the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles, this is a card that has to do with what we're growing, what we're harvesting, what we're putting energy into. It has to do with the resources that we've accumulated. It has to do with also like our vision for the future and sort of reaping what we've sown, and it has to do with like the consequences of our action and perhaps like being on sort of like a state of kind of more like apathy or just like maybe perhaps a little bit of disappointment about our just current status generally, and maybe, you know, starting to realize, just having like a general sense or just sort of like a little bit of a maybe gloomy feeling, more like melancholy feeling about our status at this point in time, what we've created in our life, what we've grown, the tangible outcome of, you know, the things that we've been putting our energy into, the things that we've been building, and sort of wondering how we make our situation right now come into alignment with the vision actually that we have for our future, that we have for ourselves, and what we actually are wanting to grow. So at this point in time, there could be something about your situation going on that has to do with contemplating whether it's all been worth it or something like that along those lines. But let's get into the reading. Okay, we are going to start with just the traditional tarot, Rider-Waite tarot, and ask. We're gonna shuffle, and ooh, we got another one. This is gonna show us our overall energy. That's too many cards. All right, 4 of Swords in reverse on the back of the deck. Geez, okay. Wow. Okay, pile 1. Are you confused because things haven't turned out the way that you thought that they would? Did you think that things were going in a certain direction that you were feeling really inspired about, but something happened and they didn't? And now you're in a real state of like disorientation and confusion and not understanding and sort of like delusion almost about like what's been going on, or like fearful even. And maybe that is why we are in a state of sort of like looking at the state of what we've grown. Because the first card that we have coming out of the deck, this is talking about the moon in reverse. This is also talking about feeling like detached from our intuition almost. Like maybe questioning our own judgment, questioning our own intuition, questioning our own feelings about things. Maybe being a bit in the dark about things. But also this is talking about the moon in reverse. So there is an aspect of something being revealed to us as well. Now we're talking about the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment, followed though by the Five of Pentacles. This is like wish fulfillment and then immediately feeling lost and shut out of this new inspiration that was the sun bringing us back to life, this rebirth that we thought we were creating. And now Four of Swords in reverse. Something's holding us back. Like we thought everything, and we're feeling like a bit of anxiety about it. Like we thought everything was put to rest. Like we thought everything was good. Like we thought everything was balanced. Like we thought everything was synchronistically aligned. But something happened and it threw things up in the air. And now we are, it's like we can't let it rest. Okay, let's clarify this a little bit. First of all, the moon in reverse. Let's clarify the moon in reverse. What are we talking about, the moon in reverse? Six of Pentacles. Kindness. Balance. Reciprocity. Okay, let's keep going. We'll see how that fits in. We need to clarify for sure the Five of Pentacles. What's this Five of Pentacles? What's the Five of Pentacles? We've got the moon in reverse being clarified by the Six of Pentacles. So we thought there was some type of even give and take going on. We thought there was some type of balanced situation. We thought there was some type of mutual feeling or mutual like agreement that was going on. But maybe not. Seven of Cups. Exactly. Delusion. The Nine of Cups, followed by the Five of Pentacles, clarified by the Seven of Cups. It's like we thought that we were on the same page and that everything was going well, and this is actually leading to some type of wish fulfillment. But then all of a sudden something happens and it's like everything we thought we had, we realized we didn't, and we're like, is this a state of delusion? Give me one more card to clarify the Five of Pentacles. Let me clarify Five of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. We gained clarity that we had been being a bit delusional about whatever it was that we had these like really high hopes about. Ace of Wands, Sun, the Magician. But it's not over. Okay. Okay, so this is what we need to know though, okay? So this is maybe what has happened, right? The moon in reverse, the Six of Pentacles. This is some type of emotional upset. The moon, our emotions in reverse, based on some type of reciprocity or balance or rebalancing. reevaluation of something, reconsidering of something in regards to our wish fulfillment, you know, and then coming to find the reality of the situation is we maybe had been being quite like delusional perhaps about whatever it was, but this is the thing, like maybe not though, because we're talking about the Ace of Wands coming next, we're talking about the Sun, and we're talking about the Magician. This is some type of divine inspiration coming through that is really setting us on fire, really bringing us back to life and making us understand that we have all the tools, we have all the resources, like we have all the power to create what we want. Let's clarify the Magician. What are we creating with this? What is it that we are, like, what is this leading to? What are we creating? So whatever happened, you guys, don't get down about it, because there's something coming through. What is the Magician? What are we manifesting? Six of Cups, you guys. The Six of Cups. That's like, reunion, nostalgia. That's like love. Like that's like inner child healing as well. That's like our soul's purpose, sort of. Okay, and the Ace of Wands, this divine inspiration coming through. Let's clarify that and see, like, we just need a little bit more information. What is this Ace of Wands? How does this happen? What is this that we need to know? What is the Ace of Wands? What do we need to know about the Ace of Wands? There's too many cards. What do we need to know about the Ace of Wands? What is this? New passion, new inspiration, new idea, new creative what? Eight of Pentacles, work, perfection, self-work, self-mastery. It's like a new desire to like get our stuff together too, and to like really start working on something. We're working on something. Let's clarify the Sun as well. What is it? Something that brings us back to life, something that lights up our life, and we're putting a lot of energy into it. I just saw the Devil and the Eight of Swords flip over, so that's like what we're working on, is detaching from these negative mindsets as well. Three of Cups, celebrations, and the Sun, and the Six of Cups. This could be in terms of relationships as well, this part of the reading, because this could be talking about well, it also could be talking about doing inner work that is like helping us to come back into a place where we feel like we're really alive again and can really create a life that makes us feel very fulfilled and very aligned with like our authentic original purpose with this Six of Cups and this Magician. But this could also be talking about some type of Eight of Pentacles, perfection. Some type of new inspiration that is coming to us, or new creative inspiration, or something to do. This could even be happening like within the workplace in some area or another, but it seems almost like too good to be true, really, where this is heading. Like this Nine of Cups back here. Like, yes, there's this upset, but it's like things are going to turn around, and we shouldn't get stuck in the Seven of Pentacles energy. King of Swords on the back of the deck. Some type of clarity, some type of truth, some type of greater understanding is coming in this situation. All right, now let's ask for some guidance, some advice regarding this situation. What do we need to know? What do we need to know about this general energy? What do we need to know about this general energy? What do we need to know? How is this all going to come about? What do we need to know about this? What do we need to know? Two of Wands. There's a choice or there's a decision that needs to be made. We're kind of like not really sure. Should I stay or should I go? Like that's kind of the energy. And when we add this into it, it's like a fear if, you know, I make a move to sort of pursue my desires, that I'll end up finding out that I was just sort of like delusional about things. And that, you know, this whole situation that's to come won't manifest. And that's why we're sort of like, looking at what we've grown and trying to decide. And we're sort of like looking out and trying to decide, what should I do? Should I go in this new direction? Or should I sort of hold back and continue to try to work on the balance of what I have going on right now to prevent any type of like emotional upset that I might have to deal with? What else? What else do we need to know about the Two of Wands? Six of Cups. Yep. That's what it is. The same thing. It's like, should I go towards creating this? I mean, this card says past. Recreating the like memories and the like feelings of the past, and this more like inner child type of vibration, inner child healing, like this youthful energy. The Six of Cups. It's also like a card of like true love and stuff like that. Like, where is this situation going? I mean, how is it getting there? Give us one more card to describe what we need to know about the situation, where it's going, how it's getting there. What else do we need to know? Judgment on the back of the deck. Coming back to life. Hearing the trumpets. 10 of Coins. Ha! 10 of Pentacles. That's where it's going. That's what we need to know. So there's nothing to worry about, you guys. Whatever wish fulfillment you thought was going to happen, that suddenly wasn't happening, and you were questioning your like own understanding and wondering if you were delusional, there's some work that needs to be done. Either there's some inner work that needs to be done, or there's some like pieces that need to come into place. Like there's some Tetris pieces that need to like universally match up and line up. Like divine timing needs to be at play. But there is going to be some type of like motivation or courage or spark or something that ignites some type of reunion or celebration or like rejoining. And again, this could have to do with relationships as well. This could have to do with like a relationship that started, or something that started and seemed to be going really, really well, and then suddenly we got shut out of it somehow or something like that, and we are questioning, you know, again, like if we had been just delusional about something the whole time. But this is saying to me that there's like, and it's a Pentacles too, like there's a slow process, maybe even eight of Pentacles. Like this could be like 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months that it will take in order for this Ace of Pentacles, this new inspiration, to come in and kick off. That is, you know, actually like revitalizing things and putting the light back into the connection and or the situation, whatever it is, and actually like manifesting. It's even talking about the past, right? We're talking about the past. Like we're talking about, and this is the Six of Cups. We have the Three of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Nine of Cups. 3, 6, 9. This is the progression. We started with the 9, we went to the 3, we're going to the 6, and now we're going to go back to the 9 of Cups. And we know that because we have the 10 of Cups down here, and we've got the 6 of Cups represented again. But right now we are at this waiting game, this waiting period, not sure what's happening, not sure what's going on. The moon in reverse, the Six of Pentacles. We don't know, man. We don't know what is happening. We're just waiting on it. But this is saying that where this is eventually going, 10 of Coins, that is abundance, that is manifestation, that is concrete, like commitment, that is all the good things, that is like family, abundance, like pleasure, like material comfort, material finances, like everything good. That is like everything stable, everything solid, everything good, everything like that's commitment as well. So, and then Judgment on the back of the deck, like this is talking about hearing the trumpets, like some type of wake up. And we have the Four of Swords in reverse. This is talking about, you know, initially where we're at right now, feeling maybe a little bit anxious about the situation, a little bit unsettled about the situation. Like it's just, we can't let it rest, right? Like it's just, we can't, like, it's just in the back of our mind, sort of. And then King of Swords, knowledge coming, and then Judgment, like us gaining clarity, us being able to say like, okay, like this is what happened, this is why it happened, I understand now, like, oh, I get it. And 10 of Coins, this is where it's going. So whatever, you know, you guys, pile one, might be navigating right now in terms of things that seem to be happening but suddenly aren't happening, it seems as though, you know, you're checking checking the harvest, sort of, you know, wondering like, is this really what I've grown? Like, I didn't think that this is where it was going, but this is where it was going. But actually we're going from the Seven of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. So that is something that we, you guys, it should be all good. Let's get some more additional advice. Let's see, where should we start? Let's grab a crystal message. First of all, let's see what, you know, type of message would resonate for us, or what type of just like earth-based message, crystal-based message we could use at this period of time as we are going through this process and waiting for, again, this it could be 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months period of time while we are waiting for this sort of like divine alignment or divine inspiration to come back into place that ignites the fire, the sun, that like sets this in motion and brings the situation back together. Rhodonite, heal your heartbeat, and it's got a hummingbird on it, which has some personal significance to me. I love hummingbirds. Heal your heartbeat. So in the meantime, what we need to focus on is heart healing. And also the hummingbird, this is the air, this is the mind, this is opening our mind, this is allowing ourselves to have like a more expanded viewpoint about things, detaching ourselves from places where we've been mentally stuck in the past. This is also like, if you look, the heart is broken, but there's this thread that's weaving everything back together. This is like weaving the pieces of ourselves back together through the wisdom that we are acquiring at this point in time. And the stone rhodonite may be helpful and beneficial to you guys as we're going through this period of time that this set of cards is describing right here, or this experience rather. Let's talk about astrology now for a minute. Let's grab an astrology card and see what archetypes or what astrological energies can support us and help us in the process at this time. Neptune. Neptune. So this is talking about like spiritual connection. Again, like we want to make sure that we are not getting caught in some type of an illusion or some type of a delusion about things, but this is a very, very high heart, open-hearted, compassionate energy, and we have a heart right here too. So healing our heart in a way that allows us to open to unconditional love, forgiveness, surrender. Also, Neptune is all about surrender to the process of what's happening right now. That is what can benefit us as we are going through this process. And also we have Mars on the back of the deck, so we can't also be afraid to have courage, strength, motivation, willpower to move forward, to make it through this time, to persevere through this time, because things are definitely going to change. And I'm telling you, that wish fulfillment is coming back somehow. We may be really afraid right now and feel like we've really lost something that was like meant for us. Like this might also feel like a soulmate connection or something, like something that really mirrored us, or just felt very balanced to us in some type of a way. But this is saying, you know, we need to trust the process and heal, like spend this time healing ourselves in a way that is promoting our ability to just surrender to the process. And Neptune and Mars, like, have the courage to make it through this period of time, because things are going to turn around. Okay, now let's grab one message, an animal spirit. Let's see, just to get a little additional bit of guidance for whatever we're navigating right now. What animal spirit message will benefit us? What animal archetype is something that can help us as we're going through these times? Oh, it says the manatee. Accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it. That's exactly what these messages are telling here as well. This is Neptune. This is about surrender. This is saying accept the situation rather than fighting to change it. And this is also talking about sort of accepting things as they are and sort of surrendering to, you know, the wounding and the pain that's gone on, like allowing it to be, but then also using this time to sort of weave it back together. Yeah, the cracks and the scars might still be there, but we can still be whole, and we just need to be able to accept what's going on, surrender to the process with the knowledge that we are going to the 10 of coins and everything is going to be okay. But the thing is, like, it's like we just don't want to push against it. We don't want to resist it, because that will probably perpetuate the amount of time it takes us to get back to this 9 of Cups, to get back to this wish fulfillment. Let's use one more card now. This is the Moon Oracle, Oracle de Lune. It's actually in French though, and I can't understand anything that it says on the cards or in the guidebook. My mom got this deck for me from Paris, and I really love this deck. I love the imagery on it and the symbolism, but I have no idea really what the cards say. So when I look at these cards, I literally am just going, for the most part, off of the symbolic interpretations on the pictures. So let's see what else, what the Moon Oracle has to say about this situation, you guys. Well, that's way too many cards. We only need one card. Please, one card. Action. So there is action that is, this is the, it says gibbous, I think it says gibbous croissant. So I think that says gibbous moon phase. This is actually a magical period of time. This to me is saying that there's like, this is to me is referencing this Ace of Wands, and that it's going to be like some type of magical thing that happens and that goes on, like some type of divine intervention or some type of just like really spontaneous action or something that happens, this Ace of Wands, and reignites this fire and like sets this whole thing in motion that helps us to actually manifest and create based on perhaps, you know, even the experience that we've gained over this period of time that it took for these two pieces to come together. Some type of action. So we have that as well. Now let's grab one more. This is a synchronicity card. This is going to be a message directly from God to Great Spirit Universe to tell us, you know, just one more piece of advice that can benefit us as we are going through this time, indicated in this spread right here. Things are not as they seem. There you go. And that's exactly what this entire reading is saying. Things are not as they seem. Things are not as they appear. Look, delusional understanding. Whatever lack we're feeling right now, whatever shut out, whatever like seeming lack of progress towards what we thought we had is going on right now, things are not as they seem. And that's exactly what all this spread is talking about. So be very careful, you guys, when we're getting into like states of like melancholy or gloominess about the situation and what we've been putting our energy into and what we've been cultivating and growing, thinking that it was gonna, you know, be something other than what it is, because all of this is saying things are not as it seems. And, you know, the final, like, where this is going, we got the 10 of coins with the Judgment on the back of the deck. Like, this is something solid and beautiful and abundant that all of this is coming into, despite how it is right now. Things are not as they seem. And he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. Matthew 25:32. You must know the difference between the false and the true. Remove the false and negative thoughts from your mind. Come to a definite decision in your mind that God within you is all powerful and all wise, and nothing can oppose God. Remove the fear, the false thoughts, they are not real. Know God is opening doors for you. Know the path is being cleared. Know success and achievement is on its way to you, so long as you remove the false fears. So that's what I have for you, pile one. I hope it resonated. Take what resonated and whatever with the rest. If you like this reading, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think they would be interested, and tune in next time, you guys, for another pick a card reading or for my astrological outlooks of the day. Have a great day, everyone. Hey, group 2. All right, guys, let's get into your reading. If you chose group 2, then you chose the card, the 2 of Swords, which is ironic because we're talking about group 2. We're also talking about the number 2. You may be facing some choices in your life right now, and you may be feeling a little bit confused, disoriented, unable to see clearly the outcome of either choice that you make. You may be really juggling some options, some alternatives. There could be things going on within partnerships or relationships as well. This is also referencing the air element, thoughts, ideas, communications, air signs as well. But definitely talking about perhaps being in a situation where you have to make some type of blind choice, or where you're avoiding making some type of choice that you need to make because you can't see where it will lead. Like, you can't see how either side is going to go, so you're just sort of like refraining maybe from doing that, not taking any action. But there's definitely this feeling of having to choose or being stuck because we don't know how to free ourselves from a situation. We don't know how to take an action or to make a choice that is going to open our eyes to something or help us move forward. So this is the foundational energy. Now let's get into it. Let's see what this is about. Let's see what the nature of this choice or this decision or this thing that's holding us back or this thing that we're blinded to is. And we are asking in this reading, what does God's Spirit Universe want you to know? Want you to know right now about your situation? What is your guidance from a higher power? And just generally, like, what can you know about what's going on in your situation that can benefit you in maybe making this choice or decision or moving through this period of time in the best way? Wow, there's some thunder, you guys. So simultaneously we have a car driving by, so again, like, some forward movement might be like scaring you a little bit, or you might feel a little bit threatened, or like it might bring on some type of storm. So let's shuffle and let's get some general energy going on for this reading. What's going on with you? Let's see, what do we need to know about this situation? What do we need to know, pile 2, about your situation? What do we need to know about pile 2's situation? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Oh my goodness, so many cards, you guys. Pile 2 and their situation. Man, that thunder is getting close. Hopefully we don't get a downpour in this reading. What else? What else? What do we need to know? There goes one, flying onto the floor. There's another one. You guys got a lot of cards piled too. And wow. Look what we have on the back of the deck. Because this is from another tarot deck, I didn't want to take it out of this one. We've got the Two of Swords being affirmed again. So I don't know what you guys got going on, but there is something that you are not seeing that is keeping you from being able to make some type of choice or decision. All right, give me a minute. Let me get these cards arranged. Does this have something to do with relationships? And feeling like you're not receiving what you deserve in relationships, maybe? But maybe not knowing if you're seeing things clearly or not. And it's like the decision to follow your heart might just totally cause the foundations to crumble. All right, well, let's look at this. We're going to use, after this, we're going to use another deck to clarify some of this energy, and then we're going to use another deck to get some guidance about the situation and like what you need to know. This is basically the situation that we're looking at, and then we are going to look at some guidance and what you need to know and clarify some of this energy as well. But first of all, we're talking about in the context of, you know, this blind choice that needs to be made or feeling stuck for one reason or another. We're talking about some type of disappointment going on. And there was just a big bolt of lightning over there. But the thing is, like, the disappointment, it's like, it's almost like we're over it in some type of way. Like, we're over being disappointed about things, okay? And then this seems to be related. Wow. You guys feel like you're in some type of storm or something? There is some big time like thunder, and it's not really raining. Hopefully it doesn't start pouring. If it does, I'm gonna have to move you guys' reading inside. But this, it's like, with the Four of Wands here, this represents like a balanced, happy home environment. This is talking about like being over, or like the disappointment, the Five of Cups, the crying over spilled milk, like no longer wanting to face any type of shame or guilt or disappointment in regards to justice. And the Four of Wands, like the state of things within the home or the state of things within the family, like feeling like you haven't been receiving enough, like you haven't, no one's been filling your cup or something like that. This is like being sort of like empty inside emotionally in regards to just the state of things in either like the domestic world or within relationships, and like the balance within the relationships as well. Maybe feeling like we are not receiving enough, or maybe there's been like a withdrawal of emotions or something like that. Maybe we pulled our emotions back as well. And then we're talking about the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Wands, and the Tower in reverse. So again, this reading has a lot to do with our own thoughts, keeping us out of the truth, not wanting to embrace. This is like us choosing to avoid the truth because of the way that it might upset our reality. Like that's what this is talking about. Like feeling empty inside, perhaps, about the state of like our relationships or our foundations or like our happy home or just like the balance of things. I mean, we're talking about the Four of Wands. This is a 2 and 2. This is a balance. And we're talking about the Justice card. This is also balance. Let's get more information. Let's clarify more. Let's find out exactly what this is talking about. But that's generally what this is saying. Like some type of just like being over something, like some type of disappointment, but like to the point where like it's like I'm just over it, like I can't even take it anymore, or something to do with not receiving what we should be receiving, and also something to do with being blind, like almost intentionally keeping ourselves away from the truth of a situation, because the acknowledgement of that truth would light a fire up in us that would sort of like really upset the state of things. So let's get deeper, let's get in, let's talk about the Five of Cups. Yeah, there we go. Five of Cups clarified by the King of Cups. This is support. This is like feeling like a lack of support, perhaps. A lack of consideration, a lack of love, like just, and like, but coming to the point where we're just like over dealing with it, kind of. Let's clarify the Four of Wands. What are we talking about in terms of the Four of Wands? What do we have going on? What is this pertaining to? This Four of Wands. What's going on within the home, within the relationship, within the support system, within the foundation? What do we need to know about this Four of Wands? The Queen of Wands. Huh. Feeling inspired, passionate about something. What is this Justice? What is this Justice? The Sun. Positivity, charisma. And what is the Page of Cups in reverse? What are we talking about that? The Page of Cups in reverse. What are we not getting enough of? What are we not getting communication on? What are we not getting an offer about? Five of Pentacles. Feeling shut out. Feeling not valued. Feeling not appreciated. This is what we want, right? Four of Wands and Justice. We want to feel charisma, passion, enthusiasm, love when it comes to whatever's going on in our relationship, whatever's going on in our home environment. And we want to feel a sense of balance and positivity that's coming through, but we may be feeling more so insecurity and unsupported. And we may be like literally like that really may be weighing heavy on us at this point in time. Let's clarify the Eight of Swords. What is this mental trap that we are in? What is this mental trap? What is going on with our mind that is preventing us from being able to make the changes that we need to make to free ourselves from the situation? This is talking about feeling trapped. This reading is definitely talking about feeling trapped. And if you look at it, even the Four of Wands and the Justice card are in between, trapped in between these two emotional energies. The Page of Pentacles. We can't go after our prospects. We can't go after new opportunities. We're not seeing the opportunities. We're not seeing the potential. That's what it is. We're like, something inside of us in this pile is trying to wake up and help us free ourselves from maybe a situation that's been stagnant for a while. Queen of Swords in reverse, Nine of Pentacles. It's like if we can free ourselves, then we will gain clarity about the actual value that we hold inside, which is the Nine of Pentacles and not the Five of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, this is the self-made woman. This is the self-made like individual. This is the person who pulls themselves up by their bootstraps and makes it happen and becomes abundant and becomes successful and becomes wealthy and becomes fulfilled. But right now it's like this pile seems to be holding themselves back on a mental level because they feel unvalued. They feel like they're not recognizing the truth of their own value. And it has something to do with like also like this like burning desire to be able to like rebalance things going on within the home environment, or just to be able to feel like a greater sense of positivity in the day-to-day life and the people around, the people that like are part of our community. Let's clarify the Ace of Wands. What is the Ace of Wands? Like, what is this inspiration? What is this passion? Judgment. There's a wake-up call coming, you guys. Pile 2, there is a wake-up call coming, and it is going to take the blindfold off, snatch the veil away, open your eyes to something for sure, and it's going to help you take some type of action. Let's clarify the Tower in reverse. The Tower is about, you know, sudden upheavals. It reminds me of a lot of Uranus, sudden upheavals that are necessary in order to get something back on track, to sort of like fix things that haven't been working out according to their highest, like the divine blueprint, the highest plan. And the Tower in reverse, this is sort of also like an internalized awakening about something. This could be some type of like inner massive shift or transformation or awakening that goes on, but this also of course is going to have to do with some type of shakeups or big major changes happening in the outer world. And that's, you know, maybe what we're avoiding in reverse, avoiding like, or trying to avoid aligning with our passions, having this wake-up call because we don't want to maybe go through that experience. Let's clarify. No, not these. The Tower in reverse. What do we need to know about the Tower in reverse coming out? The Moon, exactly. Subconscious fears, misinterpretations. The thing is, what this is saying is these fears that we have going on right now that may be preventing us from really embracing this awakening and this inspiration that's trying to come to us, and maybe holding us back and keeping us in a place of like actually self-sabotage and perpetual restriction based on our own inability to detach ourselves from like old thought patterns, old thought loops that were revolving around our insecurities and our fears and any perception of lack of value, lack of potential, lack of ability, lack of, you know, talent, gift, of like opportunity perhaps also. This is representing through the subconscious fear, and this is also saying though that like those fears are not necessarily really justified in the end. It's like the things that maybe like we're unconsciously afraid of happening, and therefore maybe we're self-sabotaging ourselves or keeping ourselves in this state of just like self-imposed limitations and stuff as a result of not wanting to shake the boat. This is saying that we're worrying about something that isn't necessarily even going to come to pass. Like we don't see we have the Two of Swords twice. Like we're not seeing what's actually going to happen if we make that choice. We are operating out of a subconscious fear and assumption of what we think will happen, but this is saying that we're actually misinterpreting what that is, what that outcome will be. And we also have, I mean, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Like we're not seeing things clearly. We're not being logical. Clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. Like we don't see the value that we have inside when this configuration is coming up. And also the Eight of Swords, Page of Pentacles prospects, we're blinded to our own prospects. We're blinded to our own potential but in the same sense, like on this side of the table, we're also sick of feeling undervalued. Like we don't want to be in a situation anymore where we are facing insecurities based on like a lack of value, or feeling shut out, or feeling not appreciated, or feeling not recognized, feeling unsupported. That's making us feel bad about ourselves. Like we want to have, you know, our kingdom in proper order with justice and balance restored, and us on our throne, the Queen of Wands, able to like live and stand in the sun and like return the positivity to our lives. But, you know, we're holding ourselves back because we're not seeing things clearly. We're not seeing the value of our own selves and our own potential clearly. There is some type of an awakening coming, or a moment of judgment, a moment of clarity, which will bring this inspiration. But, you know, we may be trying to resist that, or to self-sabotage, or to keep that from happening in order to avoid this Tower moment. But this is saying these are really our subconscious fears at play, and we are misinterpreting what the outcome is. The outcome is actually the Chariot. The outcome is actually progress. Here comes the rain. We're going to finish your reading inside. Pile number 2. So now we have moved inside, and just the nature of how things have gone in your reading so far, you know, like you might not be that far off. Like there may be some type of storm brewing that is going to change things for you completely, like take you from one situation, one scenario to an entirely different situation, entirely different scenario. But the thing is, it's not going to be as bad as you think, and your fears are like an over exaggeration or a misinterpretation, okay, with this moon energy coming in. Now let's get some cards that are going to give us some guidance for you about, you know, what you need to do. What do you need to know? What does pile 2 need to do or need to know about the situation? What information will benefit them? We understand basically what's playing out and, you know, how things ultimately might go, but what do they need to know? What can benefit them as this energy plays out, as they go through this experience, which honestly, like, it does look like it's a life-changing experience, and I can see, you know, why you guys might want to hold back, because you can just sense the huge shift that's coming with it. But it's like with the moon clarifying the Tower in reverse, and in this deck, it representing misinterpretation. The moon rules our subconscious fears, mystery, the unknown. And in this deck, misinterpretation as well. So that's letting me know that, like, whatever is going to happen, we don't have a clear interpretation of it in the moment. Okay. So what do you guys need to know? 2 of Cups. Like, whatever this is actually leading to, whatever breakdown is coming that we're sort of holding ourselves back from and not letting ourselves see the reality of, is actually coming to some type of soul union, some type of like divine alignment, some type of like divinely aligned partnership or relationship or romance or like soulmate situation in one way or another, or divinely timed opportunities, or just like relationships that bring us like a profound sense of fulfillment and reflection in terms of like purpose matching purpose and feeling, you know, the equal give and take, the equal ability to love and to receive love. Like, this is where this transformation is heading, and that's why you don't need to really be afraid the way that you think you need to be afraid, because it's not about loss, it's not about disappointment. We're already lacking the support and like feeling kind of bad about that, but like not really wanting to deal with it anymore. And really wanting to like restore the fire to our domestic life or to our domestic situation or to our relationship situation, and restore the balance, restore the trust as well, and bring back some like positivity to our relationships or to our home environment. And this is actually saying that that is where we're going. That is what we're getting when the 2 of Cups is coming out, something that we need to know. Like, it's leading to some type of true love situation. What else do we need to know about where this is all heading? What will benefit us? What do we need to keep in mind? What is our guidance as this energy unfolds? We got the Queen of Wands again, and the 4 of Cups. This is what it's saying. Like, the 4 of Cups, it was actually in reverse, but either way, it doesn't really make a difference because this is still indicating Queen of Wands, like, we can't push away our passions. Like, we can't push away our truth. We can't push away what our heart really wants. Like, we have to embrace our own internal fire. Like, we have to embrace our creativity, and we have to see ourselves on our throne and recognize our value. Remember, this whole path that Pile 2 seems to be representing right now is like a path back to the recognition of the truth of our own value and the resources and potential that that represents, because we're blinded to it at this point in time for one reason or another. Queen of Swords in reverse, we're not seeing things clearly. We're not seeing the truth. 9 of Pentacles, of our ability to be independent. But there's some type of Ace of Wands, some type of spark that is going to be lit based on some type of judgment, some type of an awakening, some type of an epiphany, some type of, you know, hearing the trumpets, or, you know, waking up and seeing everything in like multicolor or something like that. But, you know, there is this big transformation, you know, even in the context of this reading. We started the reading outside and then there was a big storm and now we're finishing the reading inside, and it's just like this transformation that has gone on between these two polarities. Polarities is also a theme of this reading. You guys chose the number 2. You got the 2 of Swords as your foundational energy, and that's what was on the back of the deck in terms of just your general energy. And so we're talking about, you know, polarities, balancing between two things, 2 scenarios, communication, options, choices, decisions, conversations, debates. But there's a need to trust the intuition, the moon, you know, there's subconscious fears, but we need to sort of just like be able to also, Queen of Wands twice, like follow our passion. That is what's going to lead to this awakening that's really going to prove to us that the changes that we're going through are not as bad as what we might have thought, and they're actually going to restore us to our throne. You see, there's this whole progression. Like over here, the Queen of Wands is wedged in between the 5 of Cups in reverse and the Page of Cups in reverse, sort of trapped in between there. And then there's all this trapped, stuck energy that's being referred to as well. But once we get to the end of the reading, the guidance, what do we need to know? There's this, like, this is all leading to some type of like divine balance, inner harmony, inner peace, inner connection with like what is truly meant for us, that brings us to a place where we're no longer pushing away the truth of, you know, what we need to feel alive, what we need to feel loved. And on the back of the deck, the 10 of Wands in reverse, talking about also like us being able to set down the burden that we've been carrying, to free ourselves, to liberate ourselves along the lines of us being able to come back into this truth, this and embrace this creativity and recognize and acknowledge the value that we hold within us. So whatever's happening for you guys right now, along these lines, in this way, whatever, however, it seems pretty clear that it's just stuck energy at the moment. There's just a stuck energy at the moment, but we're waiting for some type of judgment to come through. I wonder if we can get some timing on that. The Chariot, though, we got progress. Progress is going to happen quicker than we think. It's about, we need to like we need to get some willpower and determination going on though, in order to, I mean, yeah, we need to get some willpower and determination to sort of make a choice, make a decision, even though it might seem scary and it might seem like the thing that we actually don't want to do and want to avoid, but it's going to be a beneficial outcome. Okay, let's get some more guidance. This is a crystal message, a crystal energy. What type of energy can benefit us at this point in time, basically? What's beneficial energy in terms of, you know, if you actually want to like use this crystal or just understand the type of vibe generally that is a helpful energy right now. What do we need? Amber, what are you becoming? Exactly. And that's this whole process, going from one thing, becoming another. It's like, and if you think about it, amber preserves things. It freezes things in place too from the past. It freezes the past in place. Like, is that what we're doing? Are we frozen in place in the past? Sort of like petrified in the reality that we've created for ourselves, but simultaneously coming to a point where we really want to unstick ourselves from that, break ourselves free and become something different. Amber freezes the remnants of the past. And there's a lot of stuck energy in this reading. So what we really need to do is shake ourselves loose from the attachments of the past in order to go through this transformative process to actually become the truth and align with the truth of what makes us feel like really fulfilled on that very passionate soul level. Let's get some astrology archetypes and see what astrological energy can benefit us as we're going through this process, pile 2. What astrological energy? Neptune. It's interesting. This is the same energy that pile 1 got. This is about surrender. Neptune is about surrender. This is about letting go again, which makes sense. Letting go of the past, surrendering to the process. The moon as well. The moon, our emotions, the water. This is also about forgiveness and compassion and high heart love, unconditional love, open-hearted energy. So, surrendering to the process, forgiveness, detachment. Neptune is all about dissolving and detaching things. So, energetically dissolving and detaching from the ways that we have become like very stuck and ingrained in the past. This 8 of Swords, this mental programming, this mental conditioning, like that is what we're breaking through from, and it's coming through some type of an epiphany or some type of like flash of insight or divine knowing. Again, the Judgment card. This is about like hearing the trumpets and like waking up. This is about like a rebirth too going on. And this card, it's about some type of action happening. Ace of Wands. This is like the spark of life. This is like an extremely action-oriented card. This is like taking some type of an initial action. So there's going to be some type of something that happens, some type of desire to take some type of an initial action based on some type of judgment or some type of understanding or some type of epiphany or some type of awakening that really does shake things up. But we realize we've been misinterpreting the fear of the outcome of the situation, and it actually leads to some type of progress. Look at, and then we have the Queen of Swords upright underneath that. Now we get the clarity. Now we get the truth. Now we recognize the value. So once we go through this Tower moment, the truth and our perception of ourselves is restored, and we realize that we are much more capable of being independent than we thought that we were. But there is a need also to let things dissolve and let things fade away, and also practice forgiveness and some of this like high heart compassion energy, and cultivate our spiritual connection throughout this process as well. Let's get an animal spirit guide card now to describe the energy and give us some guidance that can be helpful as we're navigating this process. Pile 2. What animal spirit can we embody to help us navigate this process? What animal spirit? Man, this one doesn't happen now. Let's see. Tortoise. Slow and steady. It says, you're too fragmented, so do whatever it takes to get grounded. And that is another, this is a mental energy. Fragmented, divided, separated, polarized. It's exactly what this is describing. Do whatever it takes to get grounded. So slowing down, not rushing into things. The tortoise, this is also like a very, very ancient creature, like referencing like, the past. They can also live a very long time, I'm pretty sure. So things are going to change. Things are going to move forward. This is very slow, but this is about detaching from patterns of the past that have been going on for a long period of time. Like this is like our reptilian mind, our reptilian brain. Like this is like our, you know, our instincts. This is something that is like very ingrained. This is a shift in programming from things that have been carrying through for a very, very long time. And staying grounded at this period of time is going to be very helpful in the process of all that's unfolding, trying not to get caught too much in our head, trying not to overanalyze the situation, trying to tune more into our intuition, and realize that we're protected too. Like this is also a card of protection. Like tortoises have their own, you know, their own built-in protection, their own built-in home. This is also saying like, no matter the outcome, no matter like where you go or how it ends, like you are not going to be without the things that you need to, you know, survive and care for yourself and protect yourself. Like you were going to have protection, you are protected. And basically, you know, your basic needs are going to still be met. So tortoise message, and we just need to slow down and be like sort of more meticulous. But we're going to get through it, you guys. Now I'm going to do take an oracle card from this Moon Oracle deck. This deck is actually in French. My mom got it for me when she was like in Paris or somewhere like that. And I can't understand anything that it says. So I'm just going to look at the symbolism on the card and interpret them that way. I need to figure out how to like look up the actual meanings. But that's what we're going to do. Because I really love these cards anyways. They have really beautiful symbolism on them. So I like to use them just for some like spiritual guidance and stuff, even though I don't know what they're actually meaning. So let's see what card would be good for pile 2 in the midst of what's going on with them. Oh, you guys got a full moon. That must be what this is. That has to be a full moon card, right? Avidite Lune Lube. That must be a full moon. It's talking about illumination. That's talking about full exposure. That's talking about things happening, things coming to full fruition. We also got the moon over here. Remember? Maybe on the full moon, you guys, maybe the next full moon, maybe that's when things will start to happen, start to change, start to transform. We also just recently had a full moon in the sign of Leo. It was a huge, big, powerful full moon. Maybe some things really started to shift for you guys around then, but this could definitely be talking about, especially also with the moon here in the Tower reverse, this could also be talking about the full moon being a critical time for you guys in these changes that are coming, these changes that are underway. Ultimately though, you guys, look at, we have the Two of Swords, but then we have progress towards the Ten of Wands. Like this decision, like whatever stuck energy we're in right now, like we are going to progress, and ultimately it is going to bring us to a place where we can like lay down the burdens that we've been carrying. Let's get one more piece of advice now. This is a synchronicity card. This is a direct message from God. And so weird, you guys, it says no. So if you are, I don't know, this is obviously not going to apply to everybody. Disclaimer. Nobody make very important life decisions that could like really affect what you have going on based on a tarot reading online, okay? That's just never like the best source of guidance, the best source of advice, especially since it's a collective reading and this is not a specific reading, you know, for you. So, you know, use your own intuition, use your own logic, use your own discretion, use your own best judgment when it comes to the decisions that are important and hold gravity in your life. However, you know, if you're using this for some type of like guidance, playing into any of that somehow in some type of a way, or you're sort of looking for clarification on something in some type of a way, or you're trying to make a choice or decision, the context of this energy, this answer is saying no. And it's interesting because we have all of these synchronicity cards, and there's only 2 cards in this whole deck that have one word on them, and those are yes or no. And it's just interesting in the context of the Two of Swords coming out twice in this decision, that you guys would get the answer no. But then it's also interesting because on the back of the deck, it says go for it, but don't overdo it. So if we are taking it a step further, you know, an answer to something could possibly be no, but then the cards are also saying, and that's the first answer, but they're also saying go for it and don't overdo it. Take a leap of faith, go for it, take the chance and leap. You will find God is lifting you over the chasm and you are flying. If you do not have that faith, then find a bridge or teach yourself to have the faith. Nothing is impossible. And this one is talking about do not worry about what you shall eat, right? It's bringing back this tortoise theme into it and having our needs met. If you have a problem with appetite, be it food or any other thing, be not concerned. Thank God for removing the desire to overdo in the consumption of food or any other appetite. So this is saying, you know, on one hand, you know, if there's a yes or no question that you've been wondering about, the answer may be no. And on another hand, there is some advice coming through that may apply in terms of going for it, taking a leap of faith, but just not overdoing it and making sure that we're practicing some discipline and we're holding back a little bit. So that is the message that I have for you guys, pile 2. I hope that it resonated for you in some type of a way. If you guys liked this reading, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think that they would be interested, and come back with me for another pick a card reading or for my daily astrological outlooks. Have a beautiful day and I will talk to you later. Bye, pile 2. Hey, pile 3. All right, let's do this. Okay, so for your like foundational energy for your reading, you guys chose the card, the Hanged Man. This is letting us know that you may be in a place right now that feels a bit stagnated. You may feel a bit stuck. You might feel a bit frozen in place. You might feel like you really need to process some things. You might feel like you need to gain a different perspective on something, gain a different viewpoint. You might really be feeling a bit like withdrawn or introverted at this period of time, and like you really just sort of need to like I said, like process some information, wrap your head around some things. Maybe you also might need to be looking at things from a different perspective regarding whatever situation you have going on right now. And the topic of this reading that we're doing is, what do you need to know? What guidance does universe have for you regarding the situation that is on your mind? What is your spiritual guidance at this point in time? What is the higher perspective of what is going on? What do you need to know about whatever you're navigating? And having the Hanged Man as the card that you chose as this like foundational energy of this reading is letting us know that, for one, you need to be in a period of reflection right now, looking at things from a different perspective, and reassessing maybe what you've been thinking about things, the plans that you've been making. So just a period of time where we sort of need to shift our focus in one way or another. So let's get into the reading and let's see what we need to know about your situation. What do we need to know about pile 3's situation and what's going on? You guys are actually needing to heal, going through a period of healing. That might be what this pause is about. That might be what this need to reflect is about. Heart healing going on in one way or another. What else? What do we need to know about this situation? 7 of Cups. What do we need to know? What do we need to know about this situation? 6 of Cups. What do we need to know about the situation with pile 3? The Hanged Man. What do we need to know? Oh, let's try. Maybe not. I guess we'll take them. All right. So we got Temperance on the back of the deck. Queen of Cups. All right, let's look at what we got here. 3 of Swords in reverse. 7 of Cups. We got to figure out what we really want. You guys got to figure out what you really want. That's what this Hangman is about. Being unaware of what your true emotional needs are. Gaining clarity about how to have fair, like, gaining clarity about some type of reciprocity or some type of balance that needs to be achieved in the situation. And letting go, being able to release something as well. Release ourselves from something. Get unstuck in order to get unstuck from the situation, in order to get through this Hanged Man energy. So basically, pile 3, you guys might have been through it. You guys might have been through it recently. You may have been dealing with some brokenhearted energy. You might have been really wounded, really hurt in some type of way. And right now you might just be in a state of confusion, having no idea what to do next, no idea what it is that will really make you happy, like on a deep level, out of touch with the truth of your own emotions and what you need on an emotional level at this point in time. And also, like, because of that, maybe in a state of searching for clarity as a part of this process, as a part of this reflection process, a part of this Hangman process, in terms of what is a fair and balanced give and take. Like, something about a lack of balance may have been what contributed to this situation that we're trying to heal from at the moment. But ultimately, there needs to be this gaining in awareness, this new idea, this new inspiration, this new understanding, this new mindset, right? From the Hangman. This is what we're looking at in a different perspective. We need to, like, release. This is also might be like releasing our old ideas about value, about what we thought was valuable, about what we perceived to be valuable, and our own internal value, and, you know, what we seek after and like want to have and hold and stuff like that. We may really be evaluating what we want along those lines, because we might be realizing that, you know, what we thought we wanted really wasn't fair for us in one way or another. But ultimately, this situation, this Hanged Man, this period of reflection, this period of introspection, this period of like trying to switch and see things from a different perspective, this is leading to some type of balance, some type of healing, some type of higher understanding. And then actually under that, with the Ten of Swords, that is, again, like healing us in some type of way, bringing us back to life. Ten of Swords in reverse. So if you are right now, pile 3, experiencing a period of reflection where you feel like you're sort of just stuck or stagnant or not going anywhere, or like you need to be more reserved or more introverted, or, you know, sort of withdrawn, or just, again, like there's this also this need to be trying to see things from a different perspective, trying to see things from a different direction. So that is the general energy that we're working with for this reading. Now let's get some clarification in terms of some of this energy that's coming up. What about the, what are we healing from? What this Three of Swords in reverse? What are we healing from? And in terms of this, you know, needing to see things from a different perspective. The Five of Wands in reverse, chaos. Something that happened, some type of battle or conflict or fight or breakdown, interpersonal, or even could be potentially within ourselves, like an inner battle that we've been fighting, we're trying to heal from at this point in time. Chaos is what we're healing from. So maybe like things have just been very turbulent, or just very out of control, and that has caused some type of deep wounding that we really need. And then again too, like if things have been really chaotic, if there's been a lot of very like tense energy, if there's been a lot of fighting, if there's been a lot of conflict, again, we may really need a period of like just separating ourselves to wrap our head around everything, to process what's gone on, and to, you know, see things from a different direction and try to gain a like different perspective on whatever we're dealing with. Let's clarify the Seven of Cups. What are we confused about? The world, when it's going to end, completion, if it's going to end, what to do next, exactly. It's like maybe we've gone through this period of just like chaos and heartbreak, and it's over now though. That's the thing. It's like this is in the past, right? We're at the point of healing. We're at the point of needing the time to reflect and gain this new perspective. We're at the end of a cycle, of chaos, but we maybe just don't know what to do next. And it's talking about don't know what to do next, to like rebuild, to heal our hearts, like rebuild our heart, to like find our purpose, to like reconnect to our inner child and like our original authentic truth and creative potential and what we love. Let's clarify the Six of Cups in reverse. What is some energy that can help us to understand what the Six of Cups in reverse is representing in this reading? Or not in reverse, it's not in reverse. The Six of Cups is upright, sorry guys. To represent what the Six of Cups is doing in this reading. We know that we're at the end of the cycle. Nine of Cups, exactly. That's the thing. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, at this point where we're healing now, but it's like we don't know what to do next. Like, we don't know what's going to make us happy anymore because we're detached from, like, our own emotional truth. And that is what this period of reflection is about. This reading seems to be very straightforward. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Look at that, being clarified by the Lovers. That's what I'm talking about. Nine of Cups and Lovers. Because at this point in time, after everything we've been through, going through this healing, this cycle is ending. And what's next is wish fulfillment and like divine union and stuff like that. But the problem is you might be feeling like you don't know what that is. You don't know, like you don't know what you want. You don't know what makes you feel whole. You don't know what makes you happy. But there is this energy coming through that is also trying to teach you what it is that you really do value, which has something to do with this reciprocity, with this balance, this fair balance going on in relationships or in resources. It could be financial as well. Or even just in interpersonal dynamics. But like power issues. There needs to be a balance of power. And that is sort of like what this new mindset that we are arriving from through the Hangman needs to represent and reflect. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles. What is the balance? What is, you know, what is it that we need to balance, or what is out of balance, or what do we need to know about? Right, exactly. See? Three of Swords. Three of Swords. That's what caused the heartbreak. That's what caused the pain or the wounding that we're healing from now. Like I was saying, is this power differential, or is this lack of reciprocity or lack of balance, or things being uneven or things being unfair cause some type of chaos, some type of heartbreak, which we are now coming to the end of and coming to heal, but now we need to rediscover our emotional truth so we know what to create, so we know what to tell universe to bring us in terms of our wish fulfillment and the like divine union energy that is trying to come to us as well. Let's clarify the Ace of Swords. This is that clarity coming in. This is that new energy coming to us. That epiphany, that mindset change. This is what we gain after this period of reflection. This is what the Hangman shows us. And we got the Ten of Wands, and then we got the Ten of Swords, and then we got the King of Wands. So I mean, actually, it makes perfect sense because we come to this understanding that we're done. That this is the end. Like, we've come to the end. This is, again, talking about, you know, the world, the Five of Wands and the Three of Swords in reverse, the Ten of Swords. Like, we come to the conclusion that we have ended this period of pain, like it's over. And what needs to happen next is passion, the King of Wands. We need to embrace our passion. What makes us feel alive? We need to regain the sense of self-empowerment. We need to like embrace the truth of our heart and like pursue it and have courage and have strength and like just this sense of embrace the sense of self-empowerment that really makes us feel alive and really makes us feel like on the top of our own world. That is the clarity that needs to come through, that the hardship is over, that part is done, that we are moving on from it. Like, stick a fork in me. I'm done. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. And it's also this mental energy and like none of this negative self-talk and none of this self-sabotaging, internal dialogue and stuff like that. Like, that is where the clarity comes from. We need to leave the negative mindset in the past and embrace our passion, embrace our truth, embrace what makes us feel alive inside, and release anything that has been keeping us caught in a state of feeling like things aren't fair or things aren't balanced and leading to this heartbreak going on within us. Let's clarify the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Clarify the Four of Pentacles in reverse. What is it that we need to release, okay? What is it that we aren't carrying with us? What is it that we can no longer hold on to? Ooh. The Two of Wands. We got to be decisive. We can't, we've got to release an inability to make a decision as well. And again, we're talking about twos, like we're talking about the Six of Pentacles. This is balance, right? This is on one hand or the other. Should I stay or should I go? That's the Two of Wands. It's like, should I stay in this situation where I am perpetually in the state of heartbreak because things just aren't fair and I'm totally detached from the truth of what I love and what I'm passionate about and what makes me feel alive? Or should I release these like conditions or circumstances in my life that keep me in this state and embrace my passion, embrace my truth so that I can move forward towards this wish fulfillment and rediscover who I truly am, what I truly want, like what is really meaningful to me and what does make me feel alive and make me feel fulfilled and purposeful. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. And that is, look at you guys. It's amazing. Like you can't make it up. We have the Queen of Cups down here in reverse, right? And then on the back of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups upright. So this is saying that this trajectory, this journey that we're going on is leading us to the discovery of what it is that makes us feel like in our emotional self-empowerment, in our emotional truth. That makes us feel purposeful and fulfilled and like, just like an outpouring, spilling of love and empathy and compassion, and then just really feeling like our personal cup is filled up and like we can serve and love and give to the world. And this wish fulfillment is well coming through as a result of that, as a result of us rediscovering our own emotional truth and coming back to this place of own emotional self-empowerment and reconnecting and healing our inner child wounds as well. This is also talking about healing the inner child in order to rediscover our own personal passions, our own personal truth, our own emotional, like I was saying, like our own emotional, like what we truly need to be filled up and feel fulfilled on an emotional level. This is also helping us to manifest this wish fulfillment, this Nine of Cups fulfillment, and also the Lovers. And the Lovers, you know, we're talking about these divine unions, but we're also talking about this card also represents decisions as well. So we need to make the decision, right? Like, do we stay? This Two of Wands, decisions and planning. Do we stay in the situation that is causing this perpetual heartbreak, or do we move on? But it looks like actually that this situation has for the most part come to an end and we've entered a phase of healing. Like this is the end of a cycle. And again, like I was saying in the beginning, it's more like we've come to the end of a cycle and we're just confused. We don't know what to do next. But there is some type of clarity that's going to come through that is going to disclose this to us. It's going to help us understand, you know, why we were feeling this way and help us finally realize, you know, that this is the end. We're not doing it anymore. It's time to sort of like slice that away with this new awareness and follow our passion. We're also standing in our power when we do that in order to surrender this indecisiveness about which way to go. And this is all coming about through this period of reflection that is being indicated through the Hanged Man. Okay, now let's get some more cards. Let's get some more guidance. Actually, we're going to do this first. We are going to ask what we need to know, okay? So this is basically what's happening. You know, this is probably describing the scenario. Now we need to know what we need to know about the situation. What is our guidance? Like, how does this happen? Like, just what do we need to know? This is too many cards. What do we need to know about the situation? How is it, you know, just let's see what I have to say. What else do we need to know? Knight of Coins. This is about starting something new. This is about, the Knight of Coins is about a slow, gradual process beginning something new. And so this is basically telling me that, you know, like after we go through this process, that's what this healing process is leading towards, essentially. It's leading towards a new opportunity, a new start, basically. A new start and a new foundation, too. And it's like a physical, tangible, like more material thing that we have going on when we have the Knight of Coins. So all of this period of reflection, ultimately everything that we discover at this point in time is going to set us on a new course that's going to be like us kind of like having a whole new, going in a whole new direction and like building something brand new. Like this is rebuilding a new foundation. So whatever healing, and you know, like, okay, let's get more. Let's get more. Knight of Coins. What do we need to know about the Knight of Coins? The Knight of Coins, what direction are we going in? What are we building? Where is this all heading? What do we need to know about the situation? What is our guidance? Where is this Knight of Coins heading? What are we building with this? Knight of Wands. With fervor. Huh. If this is about a relationship, you guys, if this reading, if you're applying this in terms of your life, in terms of a relationship, there may be two different like suitors that are trying to come after you. One in a very slow, gradual, methodical way, and one just sort of rushing forward, just like filled with passion. If you are wanting a commitment and something serious, you definitely want to choose the guy that's coming in, or the person, the individual that's coming in slower and more like gradual. And if you just sort of want like a brief situation, choose the Knight of Wands. But with these two knights coming in, that could literally represent like two different people coming into the situation. One very slowly, very methodically trying to build like commitment in a future, and one who's just sort of in it for the party and the passion. This could also though represent like a very like motivated force moving us forward once we get through this period of reflection. Like this could talk about like this hangman period, like what we discover once we get to the point of releasing the hesitation, releasing the stagnation, because the Two of Wands, this is also about a pause. This is also about waiting for something. And the Hanged Man, this is also about a pause. This is also about waiting for something. And at the end of this progression of energy, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, once we gain this clarity about what we need to feel like things are balanced in like our situation, that's when we release this stagnation energy. That's when we release this pause, hesitation, Hanged Man energy. And then it's like we have these two knights coming in, the Knight of Coins and the Knight of Wands. So it's like, and we have the King of Wands too. This is like this very like inspired passion to like build something that is going to be slow and gradual, but is solid. And it's like a lot of motivation to build something that will go the distance. So this is really like us like feeling motivated, inspired to really recreate our life in some capacity or another. Let's get some more clarification. Okay, so Knight of Wands, Knight of Coins, what else do we need to know about, the progression of this energy? Like, what is this Hangman period doing for us? Where is it going? Like, what do we need to know? What do we need to keep in mind as we're going through this process? Okay, Four of Cups, and let's get one more. What do we need to know as we are going through this process? We are definitely moving away from apathy. We can say that. What do we need? And the Three of Swords, and we're moving away from apathy about things. We're moving away from heartbreak about things. Let's get one more. Okay, but where are we going? We know what we're moving away from. And that might be coming through because that may really have been a very long-standing energy, like this heartbreak and this just like feeling out of place in one's own life, like detached from one's own like emotional truth. Like that may have been something that, really takes a lot of energy to break through and break away from. And that might be why these two knights are required, both, to really move the foundations, the ground that we're standing on, the coins, and also do it through this passion and this inspiration, this King of Wands energy, this self-empowerment that is motivating the process. But either way, we are heading away from, okay, we got 2 more. So what are they? Oh my gosh. 2 of Cups and King of Coins. So we are having this Knight energy right here that is moving us, that is unstucking us, okay? It takes, like, we might be very stuck. Like, this Hangman period, like, it might take a lot to process. Like, we may really feel like we are just really fixed in whatever's going on right now, and it may be really hard to shake us because it takes 2 nights to get this momentum happening. But the nights we are moving away from the 4 of Cups, sort of just like a general disillusionment, a general apathy about our current state of things, like being uninspired about our life and being in this state of just like pain and heartbreak. We're, you know, getting unstuck from that, moving away from that as a result of this reflection period, seeing things in a new direction, gaining this new perspective of how things have been out of balance and what we need to let go of in order to move forward. But what are we moving forward towards? We got the 2 of Cups, you guys. That is like, if this is like a relationship reading that we're dealing with, that is this Queen of Cups and the 6 of Cups, and this 9 of Cups and the Lovers. Like, that is the soul fulfillment. That is this divine union. That is this soulmate connection, or this like divine partnership, or this union with even spirit that fills us up so much internally. But this is ultimately leading to something that is really filling us up on that heart and soul level. And the King of Coins, this is also us. This is us being extremely stable, extremely self-empowered, extremely grounded, and feeling very, very secure in whatever we have going on. This is us feeling very, very secure in this 2 of Cups energy. So whatever alignments, divine alignments, partnerships, unions are coming into place after we get unstuck from this Hanged Man energy, they are secure, committed, long-lasting, not something that we are questioning or worried about. Like, this is bringing the balance. This is bringing the stability. This is bringing the reciprocity that we were looking for. So, and then on the back of the deck, you guys, on the back of the deck, we have the 9 of Cups again. So this is wish fulfillment. All the piles, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, they have all ultimately been about like getting what we want in the end, like some type of stagnation or pause or breakdown happening, but then ultimately things coming back together in a way that is providing like some type of wish fulfillment. So we got the 9 of Cups here twice, you guys. We've got the Queen of Cups upright. We've got the 2 of Cups. We've got the Lovers, the World. This is an end of a cycle, and you may feel at this point in time like you don't know who you are anymore and you don't know what to do next, but it's really about regaining a sense of what you need to feel like things are fair and balanced in various ways, in various capacities, and then releasing ourselves from an inability to sort of move forward and take some type of action, like surrendering to the flow of the things that are happening, healing, also doing a lot of work to heal right now as well, and to heal the fights and the conflicts, like to end the cycles of the past, forgiveness, surrender. Let's grab some additional cards for guidance in terms of what we need to know right now. Let's ask the crystal spirits what type of vibration, what type of energy can be beneficial, what else is describing what we have going on in this reading right here. What do we need to know about this? What do we need to know? What is our best guidance? Green fluorite. It says, is this mine? Which is exactly what I was talking about, like not knowing who we are anymore. being a little bit confused, like being a little unsure if like, what do I like? What do I love? This is also has 5 doves on there. This is talking about the number 5 represents some type of dynamic change, and we're talking about the birds, the air element, some type of change in our mindset, in our perception. Again, coming back to the Hanged Man. This card to me, I mean, it's specifically saying like, is this mine? But the symbolism on this card to me as well is talking about going through some type of shift in perspective, shift in mindset, dynamic change in the way that we're viewing things, bird's eye view perspective, seeing things from a higher level, seeing things from a different viewpoint, and discerning what our personal truth is and what our personal truth isn't. And maybe being in a life situation that is not ours, it is not truly ours, it was never truly meant for us, is what is causing this lack of balance and this perpetual heartbreak and this internal conflict that may be going on, and also this sense of disorientation and disillusionment that we may have also been struggling with. Let's grab an astrology card now and see what astrological archetype or energy might describe the situation, or can give us some advice or guidance to benefit what is going on. What astrological energy or information is relevant to understanding the circumstances or how this can help us? We got Mars. Action. Again, you guys, needing to release the... we're going to come to a point where it's time to act, and it's going to be when we gain this clarity. 10 of Swords. Maybe this clarity is coming. It could be 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, but we're talking about the 10 of Swords. So this is quicker. Could be coming within the next 10 days. Some type of understanding about things that causes us to take some type of action. This also reminds me of the King of Wands a little bit. Courage, motivation, inspiration, willpower could be coming through as well, but there is some type of action. Again, here we are with the Knights too, the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Wands, and this Mars energy. Some type of action, Ace of Swords as well, be coming through. Sort of swords, you know, Mars actually rules blades and sharp objects and stuff like that. Some type of information coming through, cutting through, helping to release us from this hangman state, from this state of stagnancy, from the state of processing, so that we can take some type of action moving forward, away from the Four of Cups, away from the Three of Swords, and toward the Two of Cups and the King of Coins. So there's a need to take some type of action on our part, but I feel like you'll know when that is based on some type of an idea or clarity or conversation or something that hits you and really just brings you to the breaking point, sort of, and lights the fire within you with the 10 of Swords and the King of Wands. Let's grab an animal spirit guide card now and see what additional information we can benefit from in terms of, you know, just the animal archetypes and what type of energy that could provide for us. All right, let's see what we get. What do we got? What would give us further clarity about the situation, or just give us some guidance, or let us know, you know, what might be required to release ourselves from this place of stagnancy or being held back, or, you know, just really needing to sort of process and get our mind right about some stuff. Well, you guys got 3 coming out, so we're just going to take all of them. I really try only to get one of these cards, but we'll see. All right, we got Penguin, we got Condor, and we got Honeybee. So for Penguin, it says the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing, right? And that's what we've been talking about. That is the end of this cycle, of this chaos, of this heartbreak that's been going on. And then we got You're too enmeshed in this situation, Condor, so step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking any action. And this is reminding me of this green fluorite card and the Hanged Man energy. It's literally saying, step back, see the bigger picture, gain some new perspective before you take any action, before you take this Mars action. And that is what this reading is doing. We're gaining clarity. We're gaining perspective. We need to wait for this clarity to come through and this ignition of our passion before we release ourselves from this place where we can move forward and take this action, those nights, right? Riding towards our heart's true desire and actually material comfort and abundance and security as well. And then the honeybee, let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. And you want to know why? It's because compassion and forgiveness are some of the most powerful forces in the universe, because especially when we're going through some type of heartbreak, because if we can forgive in the situation and open our heart to compassion and release, surrender, switch this viewpoint around, then our vibration shifts in such a way that we can begin to attract and magnetize to ourselves that which will really fill us up on that soul level and bring that true love and that true fulfillment and that true purpose, and that which like really makes us, again, like feel like we're in a state of like this wish fulfillment and just this very abundant, emotionally fulfilling energy. We've got the Nine of Cups coming up twice. That's the guidance, you guys. I mean, these three animal cards, they are explaining this reading almost perfectly. The period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. You need to step back and gain a higher view, see the bigger picture before making any decisions, because there's a perspective shift that needs to happen in alignment with forgiveness, compassion, surrender, and opening to like almost like an unconditional love vibe in the situation, because that is what you're drawing in, is wish fulfillment and unconditional love. And in order to, and we have the Temperance card up here too. Like we have Queen of Cups, we have Temperance, and we have the Nine of Cups. Like y'all are good. Y'all are going to be fine. It's just getting through this period of time and being able to go through this change of perspective. All right, we're going to grab one more Oracle card now. This is from the Moon Oracle. Lune de Oracle. This is actually in French though. My mom bought this deck for me when she was like in Paris or somewhere like that. And I don't understand anything that's in the cards or anything that's on the book. So I just read these particular cards based on symbolism, but they're really beautiful cards. And I like to use them because I feel like even without being able to understand what they actually mean, they still have some really like telling messages just through the symbolism itself. And maybe one day I'll be able to get like the English deck of this so that I know what these cards actually mean. But for now, we got card number 40. Ténèbres. Lune la plus longue. Now, I don't know if this is like trying to portray an eclipse or if this is just showing the dark of the moon, because it does sort of look like an eclipse, but it also could just be the way that the dark of the moon is represented in this picture, like when there's no moon right before the full moon. And I don't know what that word means, but this card to me is talking about, first of all, it reminds me of like fertility and abundance because of this rabbit down here. And it also reminds me, rabbits, things happen very quickly when we're talking about rabbits. And it's also, you know, it feels just sort of like magical and sort of like wish fulfillment energy. Like this feels like wish fulfillment energy in this card. Like luck and abundance. And yeah, like we may need to sort of take a solitary path. We may feel like we're sort of isolated or on our own, and we may not be able to see at this point in time where this road is leading. Things may be a bit shrouded right now. Like we may not feel like we can see the light, right? Like that Seven of Cups and the Six next to the Six of Cups and the Queen of Cups in reverse. Like we may feel like we don't know exactly what we need that will fill us up or that will guide our path going forward as we go through this healing journey. But I feel like this is talking about, and this rabbit is also like not moving, like he's sitting there. It's like he's waiting for something, right? And that's what this reading is about as well. It's about being okay with being at a point of waiting right now and not moving forward, because not everything is exposed to us. We're still we still aren't, in the full illumination of something. Like the moon is dark, like we don't have full exposure. We're waiting for that clarity to come in before we start moving, but we're thinking about it. And when we take off, we're going to be moving pretty quickly. But right now, we're just sort of at a point where we are waiting for things to happen, sort of. But the dark of the moon is also about intention setting. And this pile is also about wish fulfillment, ultimately. So it's just a period of time right now. And this is also being in the dark, like becoming comfortable with, our own internal nature, like rediscovering what we truly hold inside, who we truly are, what's really going on within us, so that when the time comes, we know what to pursue, we know what to go after these nights. And also, we know that we're going down a path that is going to lead us to this really profound, like unconditional love. This is also very fertile energy, creative energy. Good things, there are good things coming for you guys, pile 3. You may have been through a lot, but good things are on the way for you guys. So have no fear. It's going to be all good. All right, one more card. This is a synchronicity card. This is just going to be a direct message from Spirit to let us know some additional information that we got going on. And it says it's your attitude, right? Exactly. Maybe that's, we got to gain a different perspective. We need to see things from a different direction. We got to change our attitude. Straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. The only way you can alter outer conditions is to change your mental attitude. For harmony, peace, prosperity, and health to enter your life, you must fill your subconscious with the understanding that all harmony, peace, abundance, and security is yours right now. And remember, this is also talking about let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in the situation. That is what is going to help us gain this clarity, find this balance, release the stagnation, and move forward towards our goals. Move forward towards what our heart really wants, what will make us feel fulfilled. And this wish fulfillment that is coming, you guys, it's just a process of rediscovering our own emotional truth, being able to reconnect to ourselves, being able to rebalance also like our own energy and heal. And it is requiring like an attitude adjustment, a mindset switch, a change in perspective, being represented by the Hanged Man. So that is what I have to say for you, pile 3. I hope that I was able to provide something for you that resonates or gives you some type of guidance or direction in one way or another. If you guys liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think that they would like these type of pick a cards too. And come back with me, you guys, for another pick a card reading, or tune into my daily astrological reports because you might like those too. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, guys.